All right, so I'm going to dive into the Reports AI platform. So really, this is a purpose-built platform for the non-profit and impact sector. So it's really built with just trying to make your lives easier, trying to streamline all your donor reporting workflows, task management, grant applications. We really just want to make sure that impact-driven teams are able to get back to the work that really matters, focusing on the mission of their organization rather than getting bogged down in admin, trying to meet various different donor reporting requirements, trying to meet lots of different deadlines, trying to manage teams across distributed across geography sometimes, and trying to do quality assurance on the data that you get from all those different teams. We really understand this headache so well. Our CTO spent 7 years in the NGO space in Mali, so this product is really being built with all the issues that come up for program managers, country directors, anyone working in the non-profit and impact space. We know the headaches, and this platform is purpose built to solve those, built with your kind of organizations in mind. I just want to show you how easy it is also to deploy. This is a browser-based app, so this isn't one of those systems that takes 6 months to deploy on premise. It's something that you can jump into instantly. You can go from signing in to generating a report literally within 5 minutes, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. And also, just to quickly note, we're also focused on data security. We know that that's very important for the NGO and impact space. You're dealing with very sensitive data and vulnerable communities. We understand that must be protected. Data security is at the heart of this platform. So yeah, let's jump into it. So literally, you just come to the Reports AI page, landing page, you can see here, and then you just click Get Started. Okay, yeah, so you just sign in with Google. It's going to set you up a free account, so you haven't got to worry about anything. You don't have to even worry about entering bank details at this point. It's going to let you log in without that, and a free trial will get activated immediately. So it's that easy to test this out. So you can just jump in like this. And then usually you'd be taken straight to My Organization, where you can just describe your organization. So the first thing you need to do is come to this My Organization page. This is where you give the platform context of your organization. So this is just a detailed description of your organization that I pulled from the web. So I can just put that in there. And also you can put in your company website, which that then just allows us to scrape that for additional information. And yeah, you can then enter additional users onto the platform. So if you've got a whole team of you, you can enter users over here. And you can also give brief role descriptions. That's just so that the platform knows when it's assigning tasks and things like that, it knows who to assign them to based on their role descriptions. Let's just let myself move over here so I can save those changes. Have a quick look at users. See, it's just me in there right now, but you would be able to add users, but you can also like detail the role. So you haven't detailed the role much here, but you can put myself down, say as a M&E officer or a program manager or something like that, and then that the way the platform has context of who you are and who's in your team to allocate tasks, etc. But so we've logged in, we've described the organization, and I'll show you how quick and easy it is to actually just go ahead and generate a report. So we just go generate report instantly, and we can choose files. I've got some example field notes that we could use and an Excel file. You can use your raw data can be in any format. That's the real power of this. So if you've got people working in the field that just want to record voice notes, perhaps they're conducting interviews in the field and you've got a whole bunch of voice notes, you can upload those and produce a summary of all of those. Or you could upload pictures of written notes and it will be able to extract that data, but also Excel files, log frames, Word docs containing all the raw data. We extract that as a first point and structure it. Then that gets fed to the AI model in chunks to manage the context and spit out a very nice long report that is very much grounded in your data inputs. So we can just upload those and then say produce a narrative report that pulls out the key insights of these notes. And highlights the key learnings and achievements of the project. So it's as easy as that, and then you can just generate. And what's happening here that goes beyond what, say, ChatGPT can do is really the data extraction and context management. So AI generally, if you dump like a huge amount of data into a generic LLM, they tend to take a bit of a look, but they have a limited context window, so they can't take into account all of that information that you dump in. So that's why you get a lot of hallucinations and fabrications, or times when generic tools just haven't even really looked at the data or they've left data behind. And that's quite a big problem in the donor reporting space because you can't risk hallucinations or fabrications of data because that's going to be a real big challenge to your donor trust. So this platform is built with that in mind. So we extract data as a first point, we structure it, and then we feed it to the model in chunks, and we ensure that the output's very much grounded in those data inputs, so you don't get hallucinations or fabrications. And then any even slight assumptions that get made, they get highlighted in yellow, as you'll see here. But also, if it feels like it's missing any particular pieces of data, feels like it needs more information, those will also get highlighted in yellow. So we're really trying to emphasize that the human in the loop still needs to check over these reports, because I think that's another danger when people are using AI, is that they're just taking the outputs as given. So by highlighting those parts, we're trying to emphasize that human in the loop needs to look over these outputs. Right, so you get this output, and what's great is that this is just like a Word doc, Google Doc. You can edit this however you want. You can change formatting. You can copy and paste images in, but you can also use the AI bot to help you. So this AI bot, you can either ask it to do stuff like prompting it, or you can use some of the shortcuts like summarize content, improve the writing. I particularly like to turn this content into a visual. So like that. And so you can get amazing visuals as quick as that. And it's so easy to just really bring these reports to life and make them something that people want to read. I particularly like it for data as well. So you've got data in here, then you can turn this data into a chart. So you can get charts as quickly and easily as that, which is, I think, is just amazing for really bringing your reports to life. And then just finally to note, you can also convert into either a text summary. So if you don't want to just send your manager this really long, lengthy report, you can turn it into a summary and send them that, or an audio summary. And these audio summaries are brilliant because they're extremely human-like. It sounds like you've just got your own little analyst there taking you through the document. And then once you're happy, you can save and upload to my documents. And this is where our additional compliance checks come in. So you build your own document types within the platform. You can set the compliance requirements for each document type. And then when somebody tries to upload a document of that type, it will get a compliance score based on how well is it fitting with those compliance requirements. So you can have a lot of control over people's inputs into the platform. So let's just call this a field activity report. Activities. And select a document type. So this would be an evaluation report. And then you can see who you can choose who has access, so which, but that's public. You start processing. And you see it then gets a compliance score, which you can see here. And when you click that, you get an analysis, but you also get corrective measures. So the power of this is that you've got instant AI feedback for yourself and your team members. So rather than having to have that normal back and forth that happens over email between a manager and somebody who sent them a document, you just get instant AI feedback on how well is it fitting all the compliance requirements with this particular document type, and you instantly see what kind of corrective measures that you can do to improve your document. So this is how we're controlling like the quality assurance to get consistent high quality reports out of your teams, even if they're kind of dispersed and it's hard to get hold of everyone. Okay, so that's from start to finish how quick and easy it is to sign in, describe your organization, generate a report, and then get an overall compliance score of how well you've done, how donor ready it is. But let's jump back to my reports, because you can also, there's a lot more power to this platform than just generating reports on the fly like that, particularly for managing dispersed teams and trying to have some control over the quality of their data inputs. And this is really one of the most powerful parts of the platform. So instead of generating a report instantly, we instead create a report project. So we can call this a Q1, just call it a Q1 field report. Then you can add complementary files just so that platform has context of the kind of report that you're trying to make. This is where you could upload things like log frames, planifications, budgets, etc. But yeah, let's leave that for now. You can set start dates and end dates. So then this is how you can basically be managing all of your deadlines, ensuring that you're never having a report that gets submitted late. So let's put the deadline as the end of the end date is the end of the month, and the deadline is the first deck. And then again, you can control who within your platform, if you've got multiple users, can view that. So make it public, create a report. So you now see it here, and you'll be able to see all of your different reports here, and you'll be able to see the progress as well. So if you're a program manager and you're managing lots of different reporting projects, this really just gives you superpowers to be able to manage all of your team and all your different reporting projects in one place. So yeah, let's jump into this one. So it wants me to create tasks. So if you already have a planifications document, then creating tasks is extremely easy, because you just go create task, upload a file. So we can upload planifications. So we can fill report planifications. We can choose that one and extract the tasks. And right now, the platform, because it already has context of your organization, it has some context of the report project that you're creating, and it knows who the different users are within the platform and those role descriptions that I mentioned earlier. It can actually create these tasks and then allocate them to the right person in your team. So it's just me within this platform, so you just see me, but you'd be able to choose who you allocate tasks to. You'd be able to set priorities, start dates and end dates, but these will get generated automatically for you within the platform. And this is just so that the platform is requesting information from you within each of these tasks before we actually get to report generation. So this is really great for managing a reporting project as a team. So we create those tasks, and now you have this nice dashboard where you can all see the progress that's being made. You can see all the different tasks, their priorities, who they're assigned to. Okay, so let's try and complete this task here. So to complete a task, you've got to add notes to it. This is you basically adding data to this task. So we choose files, and similar to earlier, I can add a couple of those field notes, beneficiaries reached. Again, it can be any file type, so we can extract data from any file type, voice notes, images, etc., Excel files. So you can upload those notes. We're extracting the data. You can choose whether or not to keep the original files attached to the note, because it will pull out the data from them, and it keeps the structured extracted data. It's up to you whether you want to keep the actual original note attached as well. Cool, that's done. So we can add a note. You can now see back within that report project, you can see that we've added notes to this particular task. Now, at any point, your manager or yourself or anyone within your team can come in and evaluate a task's progress. But also, if somebody tries to mark a task as complete, so if you open a task here and then you mark it as complete, save changes, that task evaluation just runs automatically. And this is basically the checks that we're doing on the inputs at the human level. So the human level inputs that go into the platform, your data inputs, we're running a check on those against the task specifications to say, is this data complete and relevant enough to complete this task? And so that's what this evaluation report dictates. And this is how we're ensuring that your data inputs are strong enough before you even get to report generation. So it'll give you some recommended next steps, even give you suggested points of contact. So this is extremely powerful when you're trying to manage dispersed teams, because rather than having to have the back and forth over email, chasing people repeatedly, that can take weeks, people get an instant AI feedback on how well to complete the task and any additional information that they need to upload. If you're happy with that, you can override it, mark it as complete. And now we can see that we're making progress on this report. Now, once we have completed all of those tasks, we can go ahead and actually just generate the report. So this now comes back to being similar to the way we generated a report instantly earlier, except for the data uploads are the data that's appended to every single one of those tasks. So if you've got a team of 5 M&E officers operating in different jurisdictions, they've all completed each of their tasks. They've all received feedback on how well their data's completed the task. Maybe they've made then improvements. They've marked it as they're complete. Now, if the program manager is now happy and wants to generate the report, they can come here, and you would want to generate based on all notes, so all of your team's notes here. Choose whether to use a template, etc. But then you can just generate a report, and you see that now another review is happening. And this review is actually reviewing the reporting project level, so it's actually reviewing all of the tasks. And so this is instantly giving feedback on how well all of the tasks have been completed and how ready are you to actually generate this report. So you'll see it will pull up the fact that a lot of the tasks aren't complete. There's still identified gaps and misalignments, and it's letting you know this. So straight away, I'm getting feedback on how well have I completed all my tasks and how ready am I really to actually generate this report. But if you want to, you can override that and generate the report. Great. So then that report's generated, and again, we can make any edits that we want to make within here. We can highlight, make things into charts, etc. Um, but if there are particular formats that you want to follow, then we do have the ability to use templates as well, which you can create your own templates here. You can import from Word, and so you can import one of your templates and then make the adjustments that you need to make, and then use those templates. So let me show you how easy it is to use a template. If we just generate a report instantly, quickly. You go more settings here. You can choose a report type. So this would be a narrative progress report type, narrative progress report. We want to select a template. I don't have any templates in this one yet because it's a fresh count, but I can add my own template here. Or I could have gone to my templates and built a template. But on this template part, we can say, okay, so field activity report template, the title, and you can import from an existing template that you have. So I have a template here. And you just put placeholders in for anything that you, anywhere where you want there to be data. So for like report date, and just put report date, put date only, because these act like prompts. And then field officer name. Right, so once you're happy with all your placeholders and that template is ready to go, when you've got already pre-populated templates, you can always just highlight the answers and use the AI tool to help you. So you can go here, go automate this section. It will turn it into a placeholder for you. So that just saves you a bit of time when making templates. But it's worth noting that you only have to make these templates once. So when it's done, and you can use it every time you're generating the same sort of report. It isn't going to take you any time at all. And it's always going to have the same formatting, because the templates, what they're really controlling for is the formatting. Whereas the report type will more dictate the content, as well as like the data that you upload and any prompts that you give. Whereas the template's a lot more just about controlling the formatting. So go back to my reports, generate, we'll choose same files as before. And you can see how it looks different. It's going to be different format because we're using a template this time around. You can also add images to report if you like. You can then just select that and add any images that you want to include. Otherwise, you can just copy and paste images once you've got the generated report. So there you go. So now when you're using the template, you can see that it keeps the formatting from the template. It will fill out the tables where we put the placeholders. It will fill out key achievements where we put key achievements, and then this is just same as before. You can edit it however you want. So you could copy a section, ask the AI bot, say, turn this data into a chart. You quickly get something like that. Yeah, and all same as before. You can edit it how you want, change the formatting how you want, and then you can save anything down. One other part of the platform I want to show you quick is grants, because I think this is a really powerful part of the platform. So we scrape if you go to this grant management section, we and search grants, we scrape the web for grants and put them in here. But because we already have context of your organization, we have the details of your organization up here, and we have any information that you've saved to your knowledge base, we can then provide a fit score for each grant, saying like how compatible you are with each grant. So you can see here that these grants are listed. You get a fit score here, and these fit scores, if you click on them, you can see what the details are behind why it thinks it's compatible. So obviously this is for ActionAid, which we described in my organization part earlier. So it's an ActionAid, it's actually a very strong fit for this grant opportunity, and it will tell you why. And then let's find one that's not a strong fit. Oh, these are all quite strong fits. This one's okay. Here you go. Only 25%. So this one's focused on tech training, so it's not as much focused on what ActionAid's core mission and thematic properties are. So it'll let you know which ones you're most compatible with and why. And then you can just start an application, and you can either generate a proposal instantly, which is just going to use the information that it already has on your organization within the platform to produce the best responses it can to the questions. But if you want even stronger responses, then you're better off creating a collaborative application project, because this will request more information from you. So you can upload stuff like an RFP or anything like that for the application,